Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Leslie and today we are making a card for Kendra's Cards Challenge number 16 using products from Alt New. I'm going to be using sketch 9 for today's card and we're going to start with all this gouache. Now this is the new artist gouache with Alt New. Lots of different colors in here. I believe there's about 12 all the different ones, and I was really excited to use this because I've never used gouache before. So to start out, I did make some swatches and realized that some bottles are easier to squeeze out the paint than others. My indigo there kind of exploded, but it's fine because you can always just rewater it and it'll come back to new. So this is the stamp I'm going to be using for the majority of my card. And to start out, I am going to emboss this image. It just makes it a little bit easier for me to paint if my image is a little bit raised up. So gouache is kind of like the in-between watercolor and an acrylic paint. So it has the vibrancies of acrylic, but then it has the tendencies of watercolor. So for me, when I watercolor, having an embossed image just makes it a lot easier for me to stay in lines because I'm not the greatest painter, but we're gonna try. So I stamped that in some black ink that stays a little sticky for a little bit, and then I'm just using clear embossing powder over it. And you got a quick glimpse of my practice on the other side of this watercolor paper, because I am using watercolor paper. I did try this out once before. I didn't have the embossed image, and I tried using the stencils that also came with my set here, and it did not go the way I pictured it. So we're just going to freehand it here. I'm mainly using 4 colors. We're going to be using this baby pink color, the ruby red, the pistachio green, and lagoon. So while I'm painting here, I'm going to speed up this pretty about 10 times because otherwise we would be here all day. I'm a very, very slow painter. And this isn't the video to show you how slow I am. So while I am painting here, I'm going to tell you about today's hop. It is a playlist of all the Alt New products, especially gouache. So I believe every video in this playlist is going to be showing you how to use gouache today, and then in possibly different ways. So, and this hop is for Kendra's Card Challenge number 16. So if you don't know what that is, it is a quarterly challenge where Cards by Kendra makes 15 different card sketches using 6 sheets of 6x6 paper. And if you actually make all 15 cards, you can actually enter it into our Facebook group and you can win some prizes. So you actually have 3 chances to win. You can do in October, which I know is over, but it's fine. One in November and a set in December, and you could have your name put in the drawing even more times. And then there's also color challenges that she does. And then if you're part of her Patreon, there's an extra challenge there as well, depending on which tier you are a part of. There's a lot of different benefits for being part of her Patreon as well, including mini sample kits that she sends you, and all kinds of fun different things. So all that information will be linked down below in the description. And then today, if you watch all the videos and enter the giveaway form below, you can also have a chance to win a fun prize. So definitely check that out. Check out the videos. And if you're interested in gouache, check out Alt New's new gouache set. Because I had fun with it. I'm excited to use it more often in my crafting because one of my this year's goals was to do more mixed media, and so I've been wanting to do more things like this, but with nearing this end of this pregnancy card making, I'm trying to get ahead of my videos so when I'm on maternity leave you guys don't miss out. So Gouache is kind of one of those longer timing things, so I don't get to do it as much, but I was really having fun with getting to try these out. And like I said, I did kind of heat in between layers here just to help with the blending, but if any of your paint dries, that's the great thing about it. You can just add a little bit of water to it and it'll revive right back up. So which is really good for me because like I said, it takes me a while to paint, and then it gives me a chance not to waste the paint, especially when it comes out of the bottle really, really fast. It's like my first 8 colors was like, oh, I have to really, really squeeze to get these out. And then that one was like, nah. So I am using some alt new paper as my backdrop. This is the actual card sketch 9. Now that I have my flowers painted, I did use the coordinating die to get that out, and I did end up cutting out of some white paper to a couple more times just to add some more definition to that image, because I really wanted it to stand out quite a bit, but I didn't want to try to deal with foam tape. So that's a nice little thing there. That background piece, we are making an A2 size card. All of the card sketches for Kendra's Card Challenge are A2, so that's the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That background piece was about 4 by 5 1/4, just so there's a little bit of line about around the white space. And then we'll add my little matting with my square. I love this polka dot paper. And then I did just make 1 card. So the great thing about Kendra's Card Challenge is that you can follow the 6 cutout sheets and make all 15 cards with the same paper, or each sketch individually has the measurements on it. So if you're like, oh, I just need to make 1 quick card, you can choose the paper for that, and all the measurements for that particular card are on the PDF. So this is definitely a good stash builder, and then also just to have in your card sketches stash as well. I keep all of my PDFs for future cards because there's certain cards that I love and go back to multiple times, and it's just really nice with all the measurements right there on the actual sketch. So I'm just getting those banners on here. I did end up having to adjust that yellow banner because I ended up putting it down, and then I went, oh yeah, I still need to stamp. So that's me showing you that I used the coordinating die. And if you hear some meowing in the background, it's because I am house sitting right now, and I thought that this house would be quieter for a voiceover compared to mine with all the toddlers. So I might be wrong. But here I'm just showing you that I am using the coordinating die to cut out more white cardstock to end up putting behind that flower to create some more definition. This is just a really nice way to pop up an element, especially if you don't want to deal with foam tape. Especially, some of those stems on those flowers are really, really thin. And so I didn't want to have to deal with cutting my foam tape really thin or having places where it would end up bending. And that created a really nice thick element there, kind of almost like chipboard. So I am bringing in a Build a Flower Primrose stamp set. I'm just using the sentiments on it. I went, "You are nothing short of amazing," and I just thought this was so pretty. And then, like I said, I did have to remove the yellow banner just because it hit it just enough. And that way I can kind of put it back over, and it's not covering any, it just covers the last little part of that G, and so that's why it wasn't working for it to stay there. It wasn't letting my stamp actually go down flush. So I'm just gluing that flower on, and then I'm going to add a few little blings as well, some enamel dots in red. Like I said, Alt New was real generous by giving us the gouache kind of thing. And then I ended up purchasing some extra products because they do weekly sales and weekly bundles, which I thought was fantastic because then I just picked one bundle and it had pretty much everything I needed to make these cards. So definitely check out Alt New if you've never checked out any of their products. They are amazing. And I want to thank Alt New for sponsoring Kendra's Card Challenge with the designers and with the giveaways that they have at the end of the quarter. So this is my final card. I love how it came out, and I'm excited to give it to someone. And if you liked it too, make sure you hit that like button, hit that bell, and hit the subscriber if you're not one. I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.